25th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We live in bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot. On my life, I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
He ain't in the Christian church. Big shout out, Not to Sob. What's going on from Not to Sob out there on the West Coast? Give him a hand. Yeah. I'm Dr. bumping that.
This is it right here. Most High in Christ.
Yeah.
Episode 72. Rolling.
Once again, we are live. Yeah. Hold on. What's that beat again?
You know what time it is.
Yo, once again, we are live. Let it be known. Episode 52. Salakia, 72. Give that a hand.
Give it a hand. We up there.
We getting it together. We getting it together. Of course, we are live again from ISUPK headquarters right here in Harlem, New York. It's going down. Let it be known. We're in the building. July 23, 2023. Damn, 23. It's going down.
Play that number, y'all. Play that number, boxing.
Yo, y'all know what we do. How we do. We got the man of the hour, the prince of the power, priesthood officer, Shalaya in the building. Give him a hand.
How y'all doing out there? Thank you for joining us. Most High in Christ. What up?
And of course, I am the mountain of the Most High, priesthood officer, Haya Allah, straight out the Bronx, New York, and you can give me a hand. and we getting this thing popping.
You already know.
Yeah. Yo, let me get a 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. It is going down once again. Let it be known. Thank you for joining us again.
Absolutely, man.
Yo, big shout out to our other cast members, Officer Karayala, Officer Karab, Officer Yawal, Officer Shaw, man, Officer Paratazai. Give them a hand, man. They're not in the building today, but you know they'll be joining us soon, man. It is going down once again. Let it be known. Y'all know how we do, man. Bringing out the hot topics and stories and keeping you updated on this wonderful truth, man. It's going down.
You already know. What's new with you, though, Hall? What's been going on, man?
Oh, man, it's glorious, man. Camp out in Harlem yesterday. Give that a hand. Yeah. Word, man.
That's always glorious. Going out headquarters, run on 125th and Linux. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time out there. You know what I mean? Slaying them demons as usual.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep on rocking that out. You know what I'm saying? Until the Lord come. Now I know we got a big Midwest fire weekend coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Give that a hand.
Big weekend coming up, man.
Captain Marquard.
Yeah, Captain Marquard and the heavy hitters out there. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, Commander Junior Hanna has a lecture going on. You know what I'm saying? About World War III. Y'all should know that World War III is approaching. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is approaching. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted, not even a little bit. It is right on the doorsteps of America, and rightfully so. You understand? Rightfully so. Let me tell you something, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child. You gotta get it together, man. You gotta come on together. You know what I'm saying? Join in the Lord's army. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's movement, the Israelite School of UPK, man. We are unified and we are coming to conquer. You understand? Saying conquer this world, conquer this earth, this planet, this land, rightfully so, the chosen people of God. You understand? So we're gonna know how we do. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
Damn right. Give that a hand. Give that a hand. So listen, man, we've been working on a new format here over at Let It Be Known. Big shout out to all of our longtime viewers, man. Give yourselves a hand. Continue to support this truth, man. Yeah, man, we was out in Harlem for camp yesterday, man. And what a lot of our viewers don't know, man, is how heavy camp can be sometimes. You know, as priests and prophets, we got to go out on these streets in order to teach our people and bring our people back to their true identity. I mean, that's the whole purpose of us being here. You know, that is our goal. You know, and so each week we want to take time out to honor brothers, you know, and take a look at some of these speakers on the street, because a lot of times they real heavy and a lot of times viewers don't get to check them out, man. So each week we want to be able to showcase not much, but just, you know, bits and pieces of brothers camp speakers from around the nation. You know, if you got a camp speaker that you particularly found interesting, or you got something that you found heavy, you can always send it in to Let It Be Known 1969 at Gmail. And we'll be happy to showcase that camp speaking. This week, the camp speaker we're going to be showcasing is from the camp leader of Brooklyn, New York, Officer Hazahab. Give him a hand.
Big up Officer Hazahab, holding it down, of course.
Yes, that is the Officer Hazahab of Hazahab Collections. Give that a hand.
Absolutely.
Damn right. Some of the flyest garments, mitris, T-shirts. Check them out. Hazahab Collections, man. Right out of headquarters. Man, Officer Hazahab burnt Brooklyn down last week. Give that a hand. And this one particular part of his camp speaking that I love, the way he breaks this down. It's so hard body One West, man. Let's take a moment and check this out.
Yeah, let's check it out. Big up all sides of Hob and the whole Brooklyn holding it down.
All right, listen, we're real scholars over here. We will crush any Christian church. Call your church over here, please. We will demolish any church. A Christian pastor wouldn't dare come to us. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean? Christian church come over here, you're going to see his church shut down in a week.
Damn right. Give him a hand, man.
Yeah, all sides of Hob, man. Big up all sides of Hob, the whole Hazab Collections, man.
Man, big up to Officer Hazahab, man. Officer Hazahab said your Christian pastor wouldn't dare come over here.
And that's a fact.
We shut the Christian church down.
Absolutely. That's
damn right.
That's a fact.
Your Christian pastor walked past our camp. He better hold his head down.
Right. Tuck his tail and keep on
Tuck
walking.
his goddamn tail.
That's it.
Your Catholic priest walked past our campsite. He better take off that goddamn white collar.
That cloak. Yeah. Right. Get that cloak from around your neck.
Get that goddamn cloak from around your neck.
Cross the street, matter of fact. Don't even walk past over here, man.
Damn right.
And guess what? They know better, because they know that they are lying and misguiding our people. They know that, been knowing it. But that money, man, that money just, they can't help it. They got to get that money. You know what I'm saying? So they're willing to stomp on your grandmother's back in order to get that money. You understand what I'm saying? In order to get that money, they're willing to do that. They're willing to sacrifice your children, rape your children, molest your children, do everything else to your children in order for them to get that money, get that Gucci and Louis Vuitton manicures, and have his wife wear that big fruit basket on top of her head, sitting up in front of the first pew, blocking everybody, nobody can see it, nothing like that. The homosexual man's banging on the tambourine, prancing down the aisles, doing what's that thing, that mum dancing, a silent dance, whatever that garbage is. You understand? And the UPK, we just true men in the Lord, after the heart of our Father. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God, we are men of war, just like our Father is. You know what I'm saying? Just like our King is, just men of war. You know what I mean? So that's how that's going to go. You know what I'm saying? So bigger Oversize Ahab, he's right. Your Christian pastor is scared to step out and come against the Israelite school of UPK with this knowledge. They can't do it. Gino Jennings is running. You know that he's running, right? Right. You know, he sent one of his flunkies out to battle Captain Desariac. What was it, about multiple wives? Which is just a very alternative mind if you don't think you can have multiple wives.
You know, I never really understood that.
Right. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. And go ahead, please.
Like, how could a man get offended by how many women you dealing with? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like how I'm taking you to counsel for that.
Right.
You offended me. Like, I cannot believe you actually did that with her.
How many?
What?
Like
a single woman? What?
Right.
Like, goddamn, man.
You know who who gets mad about having more than one woman? A woman.
Right.
Damn, right. So you're making me question you. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're making me question you if you got a problem with that. You know, that just sounds weird. You know what I mean? Come on, we got to get it together, man. We got to get it together. Right,
man. We got to get it together, man. That is a horrible thing, man. Big shout out, man. Big shout out to all the priests and prophets in the ISUBK, man. Absolutely. We love our women in bunches over here.
That's a fact.
You know, we love our women in bunches. We love every single last one of our women.
Multiple bunches.
You know what I'm saying? Bundles.
Right,
the family pack.
Right. We got the family plan going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, God, most I ain't crazy.
Y'all dudes is weirdos. Listen, man, Gino Jennings want to come in and battle. Let me tell you something. Like, I'm gonna sit there and battle you about whether or not a man can have another woman.
Right.
Just so you could go home and have another woman any goddamn way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for the Gino Jennings scandal.
You already know what's coming.
They got him in some goddamn hotel with some other woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible thing, man.
Yeah, you know what's coming. Thing. You know, it's guaranteed to come. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say in Jeremiah chapter 23, paraphrasing, you know, the Lord is going to visit them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Lord's going to visit them. You know, it's only a matter of time you can fake the funk and play it off. It's only so long you can misguide people and mislead people before it come back and bite you. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that's all. And we're here to let it be known. Go ahead, brother.
Listen, man. I tell brothers who got a problem with multiple wives the same thing I tell people who don't eat cabbage. More for me. All right, man. So moving on.
Right. And mind your goddamn business. Right. Mind your business. Don't worry about what I do.
Word.
What we getting into? You got anything where you want to go? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. We got plenty of stories that we're gonna rock out today, man. All types of good stuff in the news. You know, it doesn't take much to go into the media and find the horror that our people consistently go through in this disgusting land, man.
Right.
So we're gonna check out one story here that you brought out that I thought was actually kind of crazy. It's crazy how often this happens.
Right.
Like, I could go back months and months of Let It Be Known episodes and find stories that we brought out in which Black people called the police for whatever reason. They needed protection. They needed safety. They thought something wasn't right. Isn't that what we was taught as kids?
Right.
Call 911.
Right.
Call the police.
Right. Exactly.
what we find out in this disgusting nation is that calling the police for whatever reason could very well be a death sentence for a black or Hispanic in this country, and we're gonna bring it out right now.
Absolutely. You know, back in the day, they had 911's a joke.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it was like 911 is a joke. You understand? We're going to show you in this article how much 911 really hates black people.
Right.
And when we say black people, we talking about all the tribes. You know what I'm saying? So-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, so-called Negroes. 911 hates your goddamn guts.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You are guilty until proven innocent, maybe. You understand? Let's get into it, brother, whenever you're ready, man. Let's rock it out.
He's the resident black filmmaker who called 911 sues LA police after cops stunned him instead of burglary suspect he'd found in his home.
Can you believe that?
My God damn.
Can you believe that? This man calls the police because a burglar is in his home. So he calls the police. When the police get there, that nigga's the burglar. So they stun him.
They stun him.
Yeah, and as we read this article, you're going to see that they stunned him more than once. You understand what I'm saying? He called the police for help, called 911 for emergency assistance.
Right.
And this is what happened to the brother, man. You know what I mean? It's
This
what
is a
happened
damn
to him.
shame.
And let me tell you something. If it happened to him, it could happen to you. It can happen to your child. You understand what I'm saying? It can happen to your loved ones and so forth and so on. This could happen to you. You understand? Now, if you decide, say you decide to take the law in his own hands and unalive that man, then he would be in jail.
Right.
But then again, if you call the police, you're going to get shot, stunned, or beat up.
Right.
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. All right? We can get into it, brother, whenever you're ready.
An actor and filmmaker is suing the Los Angeles Police Department for wrongfully using force against him after they stunned him with a taser when a burglar broke into his home nearly 2 years ago.
Good night.
That police encounter happened on October 14th, 2021. Snowfall actor Damian Smith had returned home around 12:30 a.m. that night to finalize preparations for a trip out of town. So I guess this dude is on Snowfall. He's an actor on Snowfall.
Yeah, I believe so. Khan.
All right.
And of course, the brother's an actor, a filmmaker, so forth and so on. So, you know, you got his little thing going on, all of that. So the man came home to his house to be, confronted, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, by a burglar that came into his house. Let's see what else happened.
Right. He was all set for a friend to pick him up and drive him to the airport when he encountered a stranger leaving his bedroom carrying a backpack and wearing his grandfather's watch. My grandfather's watch! Nigga, I know you ain't got on my goddamn grandfather's watch! I'm killing that. Not my grandfather's watch. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, God. I mean, come on now.
Word.
And now, can you just black folks imagine that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You come in your house and a dude is coming out your bedroom with a backpack on and your granddaddy's watch.
Your granddaddy's watch.
Ain't that something? Good night. I mean, come on, man. First of all, the audacity, you know what I'm saying, of this burglar, the gall that this burglar had to go into this man's house, you know what I'm saying, go up in his room, ramsack, whatever the case may be, walk out with a book bag. God knows what's in the book bag. But more importantly, got the granddaddy's watch on, which is some type of sentimental value, obviously.
Oh, hell yeah, sentimental value. Y'all saw Pulp Fiction. Y'all saw what Bruce Willis did. Get that goddamn watch back.
God.
They said his father was in the Vietnam War in a prison camp and had the watch boofed the whole time he was in the prison camp.
God.
You saw how much he went through to get that watch back. You don't pay with my granddaddy's watch. It's going down.
Somebody got to die.
Somebody got to Now listen here, all jokes aside. This brother is protecting his home and his property, which is well within his right.
That's right.
Which is well within his rights.
Right. Damn right. Absolutely.
The man falsely claimed he was a mover. Yo, that's my line. Yo, that's my line. That's my line when I was in the world.
Yo, I'm a mover.
Word.
That nigga's a mover in his house. Like, who called you to my house to be a mover?
I see you moved my goddamn Cuban from the jewelry box. Did you move it back in there?
I'm a mover.
I'm a mover.
I'm not a thief. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a burglar. I'm a mover. Most of Christ. Good. That was a
I'm from the Manhattan Movers Society.
We just move things
We
around.
just moving a few things
Help
around.
you know? I don't think you need them. You know what I'm saying?
Look, he said he was a mover, then he charged that Smith. That's my move too. I'm a mover.
Let me see if I can run this nigga over real quick and get out this house. God, both sides cry. Okay, buddy.
Now, Smith had grabbed a camping knife and cut the stranger's hand, then told him to lay on the floor and follow his orders. Yo, you don't need to be doing no burglaries.
Right.
You don't need to be doing no burglaries. And that goes for all blacks and Hispanics out here. This brother here, you don't need to be doing no burglaries.
No.
You come out with the man's goddamn grandfather's watch on. He gets the drop on you. You're in commission of a burglary, and he gets the drop on you.
You're right. He was not prepared.
Right.
He wasn't prepared.
Now this man done cut you,
told you to get down.
subdued you, and he calling 911.
He done pulled out a knife on
Right.
you, subdued you with the knife.
Right.
You scared to death. You get on the ground and comply. You know?
Right. Now listen. Typically, this would be a good day for a black man.
Right.
I came home. They tried to take my granddaddy's watch, my goddamn backpack. You know what I'm saying? Got at him. That's a hell of a story to tell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going out for drinks that night, and I'm the man now.
Why?
Hey, yo, remember that day? 10 years from now, you're going to be sitting around with your homies. Yo, remember that day? Nigga trying to come up in my house?
I try to get the watch.
Right, you remember?
Right. Try to get the
Right,
watch.
maybe try to get the watch right.
You know what I'm saying?
Typically, that would have been a good day for the black man. Now, keep in mind, he could have killed the brother.
Yeah.
He could have killed the brother.
Yeah.
911 could have showed up. It could have been one man alive and one man dead.
It can't.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's how it goes down sometimes, especially in a home invasion.
Yeah.
Once you come into my home and violate the privacy and security of me and my family, all bets is off.
Oh, yeah.
All bets is off.
Can't.
He could have killed the brother.
Yeah. He could have done him dirty.
Right. This brother had a little compassion. He did the right thing.
And he charged at him. He just cut his hand. He could have went to work.
He could have went to work on him. He could have went to work on him.
He could have went to work.
Word. He could have got that watch off the hard way. You know what I mean?
Maybe he was trying to cut the hand with the watch on.
Right, exactly. Right. That's exactly what was happening.
He tried to cut
He
that
tried to
thing
cut
off.
that shit. Word. Oh, you got my grandfather's watch on? Word. Try to give him the cruiser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, word, most high in Christ.
But this brother had compassion.
Absolute compassion.
This brother had compassion.
Absolutely.
He said, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to call Esau, come take him up out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Officers arrived at 1 a.m. 1 a.m., if you call the cops after midnight, you could just plan to get shot.
Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah, God. That's a
Every
fact.
black man is dangerous after midnight.
Right. That's a fact.
Don't call the goddamn cops after midnight.
Yeah,
They're going to kill somebody.
Oh, they coming to kill. You're interrupting their sleep. You know what I'm saying? They probably was doing a little bumping in the car or something. You know what I mean? You're interrupting. Now you're calling with this.
Right.
Somebody got to go. Somebody
All the
going
killers
to the grave.
All the killers down at the police department work the midnight shift.
Right.
When you go to police academy, they say, what would you rather work? Mornings or evenings or the midnight shift?
Night.
Right.
Trying to get this money.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean?
God.
Don't ever call them at no 1 a.m.
Hey, you know what time it is.
When Smith spotted them, he noticed they had what looked like guns drawn. Why wouldn't they have guns drawn? Why wouldn't they have guns drawn? Whenever police come into a black neighborhood at 1 a.m. with a disturbance of a home invasion, they're going to come with guns drawn.
Absolutely.
They're going to come with guns drawn. Why is that? Why is that? Because policing in the black community means that there must be a punishment for every act.
Right.
That is why when you're arguing with your goddamn wife, the police are not going to come and give you marital advice. somebody's just gonna go to jail.
Yeah, so it's like pick who, which one?
Right.
One of y'all gotta go.
Right. They would take both of y'all if there was somebody there to watch the kids. Every time they come, somebody must go to jail. You see them out in Long Island, the goddamn police will stand on the porch and be goddamn marriage counselors for 2 hours. They hear there's a domestic violence issue. They show up with goddamn roses. They gonna figure it out for that couple. Our people, we're going to jail. And this plays a sickening psychological game on blacks and Hispanics because we never know when to call the goddamn cops.
Right.
We never know.
That's a fact.
When I was out in the streets doing crime, I knew not to call the goddamn cops. You clean your life up, you come in the truth. Something happens, you know you call the goddamn cops, one of your brothers might die out here. It's a horrible thing, man. And we see this happening so often all across the country that it's absolutely sickening. They showed up with their guns drawn. Once they saw Smith holding a camping knife and the burglary suspect on the ground, they ordered Smith to drop the knife. Smith complied and repeatedly told them that he was the one who called them while they were shouting at him to get on the ground. Now, of course.
He complied. They came with guns drawn.
Right.
Put the knife down. He put the knife down. He's complying with them, right? Meanwhile, saying, look, I called the police. I'm the one. I live here. I'm the one that, you understand what I'm saying? So, okay. So he didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't resist. He didn't, cuss at him or whatever you want to call it. No type of aggression. He complied. That's what the article said. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? What else they got on this garbage, man? Filth, man.
Yo, it's crazy, this whole get on the ground thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I always make jokes about that. Remember, we was joking about that yesterday. Get on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about this get on the ground thing. The police use this screaming of get on the ground and stop resisting as a way to drown out whatever you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You could be trying to tell them, I called 911. I'm the victim. I called 911. You could be trying to tell them that. They will use their screaming of get on the ground as an excuse as to why they didn't hear what you were saying. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. I'm going to shoot you now. Get on the ground. And you're trying to tell them the situation.
Right.
They use that as a method to completely drown you out and force you into a state in which you're forced to follow orders and be subdued. And then once you're subdued, anything can happen.
Right.
Anything can happen, man.
And you're absolutely right about that, man. And that's the thing. You see, right now with this, not even right now, just through the history of the police departments throughout America, throughout the world, they have a certain disdain for so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, a very extreme and perpetual hatred and just some type of some ills towards our people. You understand what I'm saying? Right. This is how they are and it's how they feel. And it's obvious through the history of the police brutality, all the killings, the water hoses, the German shepherds, everything. You understand what I'm saying? Everything. Their history speaks for themselves. So as a Black man, Hispanic man, woman, a child, I'm not saying don't make a police officer do their damn job. That's their damn job. I don't care if whatever. Do your job. But at the same time, by the same token, you can't trust them because they're going to try their best to screw you over eventually. And let me tell you something else. They say, well, there are nice cops. Officer Apollonia was very nice. He does dare with the children, and he's a football coach,
right?
And he takes the little Black kids to the basketball tournaments and all of that. I can understand that, but he's not a good cop. You know why? Because he knows tons of bad cops, and he's not putting them away. And he's not going to tell on them. He's not going to report them. He's not going to discipline them. He's not going to do anything to clean up the streets. And when I say clean up the streets, not just of Raheem that might be selling something, or Pedro that might be selling something, or Shaheem that might be out on the host row or something like that. I ain't talking about cleaning up those streets. I'm talking about cleaning up the streets of those that's patrolling the streets, which are the corrupt cops. which are the corrupt police. If they're not cleaning up the streets entirely, then they are considered bad cops. And that's just that. There's some snakes that bite you with venom, and there's some snakes that squeeze you to death. That's all. And that's it. There is no such thing as a good police officer.
Not at all.
Not at all. You know what
Not
I mean?
at all.
And this is just an example. Go ahead, brother. It's a lot.
Right. No. Get out of here, man. What he's saying is absolutely 100% right. There is no such good. There's no such thing as a good police officer pertaining to blacks and Hispanics.
Absolutely.
That is the very thought of it is oxymoronic.
Absolutely.
You know, there's never going to be a situation in which our communities are policed the way our oppressors' communities are policed. You know?
No, absolutely. Yeah, there's absolutely no way. They're not doing this out in certain neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying?
Not at
certain
all.
Neighborhoods. When I say certain neighborhoods, I mean the more privileged neighborhoods or the ones that are obtained solely by the oppressor. They're not doing that. They don't do this in Chinatown. You understand? I went to a neighborhood out in Brooklyn, New York. It's all of the Hasidic Jewish man out there.
Right.
I mean, there's no police patrolling out there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not even getting involved with that.
Right.
But when you go to any ghetto in America, there's always a patrolled car or something that's pull up in front of the store, make it so nobody's standing there, or they walk in the beat and they're gonna stay on the block so brothers can clear out, or whatever the case may be. These are taskmasters, and it's always been around.
Right.
They're just slave catchers. And when
Right.
the cops came in there, all they seen was a slave. Whether those cops were cops of color or oppressors, they seen a slave.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they seen a slave. He had a knife. He had to get down or lay down. One of the two. You understand? And it's clear. And we're gonna go into some more articles just to show you that what we're saying is absolutely true. We can keep rocking if you want to rock, brother.
Now, this next part that we get into is important as well, because you see this a lot, man. And you know, you can't really blame sisters for this, because you know, Black and Hispanic women have been so traumatized for so many years watching their men be oppressed and beaten down. You know, an emotional woman, this is a natural reaction. But at the same time, man, our sisters need to understand that when there's an issue going on with police or any type of serious issue dealing with a man, you running out there and screaming to the top of your lungs and going crazy, thinking that you're somehow rectifying the issue, is just you bringing an emotional element to the situation that can never possibly help.
Right.
You know, and you see sisters do this a lot. You know, like you see a brother, two brothers out in the street getting ready to fight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And here you are trying to make sure your opponent don't punch you in the face.
Right.
And your girl come grabbing you. Right. No, don't do that. No. And next thing you know, he done knock you out.
Meanwhile, he tagging you,
right,
holding you.
Right.
Yeah, con.
No, stand your ass over there.
Right.
And make sure they don't jump me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you get in the way, you get me knocked out. You know? And so
right.
And so we get into this part. At that point, Smith's neighbor, Tiffany Weinsinger, ran downstairs after hearing the commotion and also tried to clear up any confusion.
Right.
Well, how exactly are you trying to clear up any confusion, Tiffany?
Yeah.
They're about to shoot me.
Right.
You know? Not saying that the sister's spirit is not right, of course. And not saying that this sister did anything, particularly wrong. I wasn't there at that situation, but you do see that a lot, man. You see sisters getting overly emotional, and they'll come down and they'll start screaming at the cop. No, don't do that. No.
Just to pick back what you're saying, we also gonna go into an article about a sister that shouldn't be doing something she's doing, and somebody hogged a loogie in her face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to kind of piggyback on what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, brother.
Slock you.
Listen, man, this sister runs down there. I see them with something drawn, and I scream at the top of my lungs, "He's the resident!" Well, most high Christ for this sister. You know what I'm saying? She's in the right spirit.
Right.
She's trying to help her brother out. You know what I'm saying? As our sisters should. You know?
Right. Absolutely.
Then I hear pop, and I start crying profusely, thinking they killed Damien. You know?
Now, why would they think he killed Damien? Because Damien's the black guy. These are police officers, and she hears a pop. Obviously, she didn't see nothing, but she hears the pop, and she knows that, oh my God, they must have killed Damien because
Right.
the police kill black men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't say maybe they killed the guy that broke in.
Right.
No, she thought they must have killed Damien.
They must have. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They must have killed Damien. So why? Because we know in American culture that the police officers kill black men
without a shadow of a doubt,
and women and children. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We know that. That's what they do. They falsely accuse them and try to destroy them. That's what happened with the Purple Cats over there. Those police officers falsely accused two brothers, locked them up, tried to get them locked up. No, it wasn't them. You know what I'm saying? Killed the black woman, dumped the body in a swamp somewhere.
Right.
Didn't know where she was at. You know what I'm saying? Shooting trainers in the face and all of that, beating brothers up, breaking their arms and eye sockets and everything. This is how violent the police force is.
Right.
You know
right. Right. 100%.
Yeah, this is how violent the police force is. So when she heard that pop, she knew, like, oh, damn, they killed Damien.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Salakia.
Right. Damn right. Get that a hand.
Come on, man.
Get that a hand. And it's a damn shame. Like you see police officers in a black man's apartment and hear a pop, and your very first thought is that they killed the black man.
They killed him.
You know what I mean? That's just how routine it is.
Yeah, con. And guess what? To be honest with you, she wasn't all the way wrong.
Right? No, she wasn't. She wasn't. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The cop got the cop got the firearm on one side and the taser on the other side. It was just a matter of what side they picked.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Right.
She could have been right.
Right.
Depending on what side they decided to pick.
Just depending on what side. Just like they did the brother from years ago back in Oklahoma. The cop got on his back and popped him in his back. He said, oops, I thought that was my taser. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And shot him in his back.
Yeah, he killed him.
So like you said, depending on what side
depending on what side, right.
You know what I'm saying? She was partially correct.
Right.
That's Salakia.
Yo.
Crazy,
the
man.
lawsuits state that the officers finally entered the apartments once they subdued Smith. I'm like, I'm the one who called you. They're like, shut up. Speaking to me very disrespectfully.
Right.
Smith told the Los Angeles Times. Police handcuffed Smith, then put him in the back of the squad vehicle and interrogated him for 15 minutes. An emergency medical technician asked for his ID. When the officers confirmed his identity, they accepted that Smith lived in the apartment.
They accepted
it, right.
Can you hear this garbage?
Listen, man.
Do you hear this? They accepted it.
This is a horrible thing. And we see this all the time. Like you ever notice how many cases we never knew the details to, and then years and years and years later they come out with some documentary or something, and you're like, damn, I never knew that. Yeah.
Right.
I never knew all of this.
Which shows you they have the power to hide what they want to hide, and they can release it when it's time.
And that's exactly what we see here, and that's exactly what we see with every single case like this. The LAPD hasn't been very forthcoming with the details on their end. Okay, so we got to wait till the documentary comes out 15 years from now.
Shocker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, like the Biggie Smalls, that came out 25 years later.
Yo, check this out. Check this out. They didn't even open an investigation until after Smith sued the department.
Right.
Like, as far as they was concerned, listen, we tased him and that was that.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal. We took the report.
Yeah, he's alive. He should be lucky we just did that.
Like, damn.
Yeah, this is how
they ain't even file a report for the brother who apprehended the very criminal that they had their arresting process.
Right. Ruthless, man. Ruthless.
Listen, man, this is the LAPD is known for this sort of behavior. The LAPD has a history rooted in racism, unlike any other police department you could find out here. And let me tell you something, I'm pretty sure you can probably find some. But, you know, a lot of the ruthlessness that we see here in America was first publicized by the activities of the LAPD. You know, the same people who beat Rodney King. Yo, you want to know what's so crazy, man? I remember when that Rodney King beating first came out.
Right.
It was the single most shocking thing I ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
I watched that Rodney King video the other day. That was like a goddamn cartoon to me.
Wait, hold on. You watched it? You watched it recently?
I watched it recently because I watched the Malcolm X movie with Denzel. And at the beginning of the Malcolm X movie, they showed the Rodney King beating.
They was beating the hell out of Rodney King.
Yo, it's so crazy how desensitized we are to violence. Back in the 90s, that Rodney King beating was the most violent thing on TV.
Absolutely.
Nowadays, that Rodney King beating looked like a goddamn Sesame Street episode.
Right.
Like you can go on Facebook and watch any number of police beatdowns and shootings.
Right.
Right. Like you're lucky to get a Rodney King beat down these days. Yeah. I'm itching to get a Rodney King beat down.
Right.
Please beat me down and not shoot me dead in front of my goddamn family.
Yeah, or choke me to death.
Right.
Choke me to death in front of. Look at what they did for Philando Castile. They asked the man, "Do you have a license for that gun?" He said, "Yeah, it's in my back pocket. Get it." And then shot the man in cold blood in front of his wife and his daughter in the same car. Fired bullets in that car. And killed that man, and told his wife, keep your hands where I can see him. She couldn't even console her husband as he died.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? As he was taking his last breath and gasping for air.
Right.
She couldn't even console her brother. Took her, snatched her out the car, and over the end of the door, I believe, threw him in a police car.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And killed that man. That's how ruthless and nasty and disgusting this whole society is. Right. You understand what I'm saying? The police force is just a product of this society. You understand? That's all that is. It's just a product of this filthy, disgusting society that we live in. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be mad that we letting it be known, man.
Damn
straight
right,
up.
Man. Listen, man, straight out of CT, Connecticut, we got Priesting Officer Karayala in the building. Give him a hand. Yo, what's going on, sir? How's everything? Y'all about
Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ. How the Akim doing, man?
Two sir.
Yeah. No doubt. I see y'all doing your thing, man. Now, I'm gonna shout it out. Y'all doing a hell of a job, man. Keep up the wild work, man.
Most High Christ.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so we just getting into this article about a brother who was a victim of a home invasion burglary. The goddamn burglar comes out the back room wearing his granddaddy's watch.
Right.
Wow.
He sees the burglar, he cuts him, subdues him, calls the police. The police come and tase him.
Right. Yeah, right.
Thinking he's the suspect.
Yeah.
And you want to know why they tased him? Because he's the suspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a black man.
Absolutely. And then they accepted. They accepted that. Oh, I guess he is the
right. I guess
he is. All right.
I guess he is the resident. I guess we're just gonna have to accept it.
Is there anything we can charge him with though? Did you say anything? No, you can apply. Let him go. Go ahead. Have a good day, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, man.
Yeah,
and if I may, that's a norm for us now. Like that now, it shouldn't even surprise anybody, because think about it. Even if you're in the hood, they're gonna ask you questions and grill you like you the suspect. You know what I mean? Anytime you call the police department, and it shouldn't even be like that. That's how you know they not supposed to be policing us, man. Because at the end of the day, I remember back in the 70s, man, you see like police officers from the hood that had a relationship with the community, yo. When we had our little communities. Now you're getting police officers from the suburbs going into the urban areas. You know what I mean? They're going into the urban areas and they trying to police it. And they throw them in there because they know they're going all the way back to the suburbs to their family where they don't have to worry about any repercussions, yo. They go get their little, racist, hate off on the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians within the ghettos. And then now they turn around and they go back to little Johnny out in the suburbs, And then when they come to work, it's like a workout for them, chasing down every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, kicking in their doors, raiding their homes, terrorizing them. Yet they want to make us out to be the savages and the evil ones, yo. You know what I mean?
Well, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I know one thing, you know what I'm saying? Everything's like we was talking earlier about the dare cops and all of that. You know, black folks never had a good relationship with cops, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never been no
right.
Oh, this is Officer something. Never. You know what I'm saying? Like ever. They might have done some corny stuff, go to the rec center or something like that and put on the Santa Claus outfit or something corny. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? There's always been a disdain between our people and the police force. Always. You know what I'm saying? From German shepherds being sicked on us to the water hoses to, you know, catching brothers at night on back streets and putting them on train tracks, letting them get ran over and all types of garbage.
Okay, Salaki, let me correct that. It was a couple within the community. I'm talking about a couple. I'm not talking about a whole PD department. I'm not talking about a whole. It was a couple from the area that policed the area. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all of them. The PD is always. You're right. You're correct. And Salaki, let me correct that. It was a few. Literally, you could count them on a couple fingers that I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So right. So you're right. So what I'm talking about is the literally couple. Like you could count on two fingers that if there was a problem, you could go to them and they'll try to help you resolve that shit. I'm not talking about the whole PD department. All that shit, like you said, that's PR BS. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Listen, I definitely can dig it. You know what I'm saying? I know around my way there was an officer named. I'm not going to say his name.
Don't say.
I'm not going to say his name, but it was an officer, and everybody thought he was a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? He was a cool cat. You know what I'm saying? He used to own a couple of buildings, and he would rent out and all of that. And then lo and behold, come to find out, you know what his payment was? Having sex with brothers' mothers.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Knocking them off. You know
Ooh.
Now he wasn't so good after all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was knocking mothers off to pay that rent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, getting them pregnant and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's from around the way, they know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it was it might have been a couple, but lo and behold, like the scriptures say, never trust your enemy, for just as iron rusts, so is their wickedness. They will always show how wicked they are, matter what.
Now, Salakia, also, you got to understand, I'm looking at it from a kid's point of view. So whatever was going on, you might have seen more than me. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a little cat out there playing football, you know, playing Scalzi, all that shit, you know, outside. So they was getting knocked off. I mean, you know, to each his own. You know, that stuff I didn't see. Salakia, you know what I mean? I'm talking from a 6-year-old eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
So cats get knocked off. You know what? That kind of makes sense now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That kind of makes sense when the kids is out there playing outside, they inside, you know, having little conversations, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, but
that's what's up.
Go ahead, Har. You want to say something?
Yeah, man. I want to get Ecclesiastes 7:7 real quick. And I got it right here because it's important that our audience understand, our audience being blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Right. It's important that our people understand why things like this happen. Why things like this happen. You know, how is it possible that somebody can break into your house, you call 911, and you end up being treated as the suspect? How does this happen? It happens when an animal rules over you and you are dependent on that animal to police your communities. Now, here's the question. How did the animal get in our communities?
Right.
We asked him to be there.
Right.
We voted for him to be there. Being incapable of policing your own communities leaves you vulnerable to the horror of this animal, our oppressor, when he polices our communities. You know?
Right.
And so what happens? Your disgusting Christian pastor will convince every grandmother and old man and homosexual in your area to vote for a scumbag Democrat in office.
That's a fact.
You know? And they will, and then when the crime level goes up in Harlem or in Chicago or in LA or in Atlanta, they go to legislation and beg for more police. Please flood our neighborhoods with police. Please get these niggas from in front of our buildings. Please stop the gang violence. Please stop these things. And you want to know something? They have a right to want those things taken care of. But let's read what we got here. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
I got you. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
This brother's mad. This brother can't understand how could this happen. This brother just can't wrap his head around how he's a good, tax-paying, church-going black man.
Filmmaking?
Right.
Acting?
Filmmaking and acting.
Oh, God.
He's in the goddamn show about how the CIA put crack in our neighborhood.
Oh, my God.
That's the show he's on.
That's probably got taste.
Right.
Oh, you're
right.
a smarty art.
Right. How dare you tell a plot? No. Right.
God. And go ahead.
This oppression has caused him to go mad. No different than it's caused me to go mad.
Damn right.
I can't understand half the stuff going on in this goddamn empire.
That's a fact.
Right.
Oppression makes us mad. This guy's mad. And why is he mad? Keep going.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Because they gave him the gift.
Right.
His Christian church and his Actors Guild and his rich friends begged for the goddamn police to come in his neighborhood.
Yeah, con.
Beg for him to not ever wake up, walk in his house one day, and a goddamn black man is coming out wearing his grandfather's goddamn watch.
Right.
He begged for that.
Yeah, con. Absolutely. And that gift, also that gift is that filmmaking money he was making.
Right.
You know
Give that a hand.
Filmmaking money. Sometimes that gift can make you forget you're a nigga.
Right. 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 Give that a hand.
You forgot.
Yeah, you forgot.
And he just got reminded.
That's right.
He just got reminded. You know what I mean? And listen, not just to kind of piggyback off of that gift destroying the heart. We should have brought this article out too. Maybe we will later on. But if everybody knows the brother Gilly, the kid, the rapper, and now he's the podcast Wallow. You know, his son just got shot and robbed and killed for his jewelry.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, that money can destroy you, make you forget about the severe acts that are going on out here.
Right.
Matter of fact, before the shows, we might pull that article up about that. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to piggyback off of how a gift can destroy the heart, as you was bringing out, brother. So,
oh, damn right, man. Damn right. Listen, man, you ain't never lied, sir. That gift is that check that he's cashing every, in that neighborhood that he lives in. And so, this brother unfortunately had to learn a lesson that a lot of brothers have to learn. And it's that, your level of success in this country does not matter.
Right.
It does not matter. You are still subject to the same terrorism that every black and Hispanic man is subject to in this country at any given time, man.
That's a fact.
So we hope that brother wins that lawsuit, man. Get every dime you can out of those disgusting bastards in that LAPD. And make sure when you do, you pay 10% of that.
Yeah, to Commander Junior Hunter. You damn right.
You pay 10% of that.
Damn right.
That's a whole fact. You know what I'm saying? So you want to say something?
But Salagi, didn't they have an incident a couple years ago with some movie producer that was going to the bank, and the bank thought it correct me if I'm wrong, it was a fake check or something. He went to go deposit a check or cash it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I can't recall.
And they embarrassed him. He was a big producer too.
Yeah, he went to go cash. I think he got like a $20,000 check or something like that. He went to go deposit it. And it was like, where'd you get this check from? You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's my paycheck. And they wouldn't allow him to, they called the police, and it wasn't just there. It was like a couple of banks that did it to him. I cannot remember the name. I think they brought that on Black Watch, if I'm not mistaken.
God.
The brother they had such a large amount of money that they didn't believe that this dude had this amount of money. Like, there's no way you got this amount of money. You know what I'm saying? And they call like the feds, all types of stuff on the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had him in cuffs and everything. They had him in cuffs. They had him in cuffs, and they embarrassed him. And that just reminded him that he was still a nigga, regardless of his $20,000 check.
Absolutely. And listen, no matter what, this oppressor is always going to think you're poor. You understand what I'm saying? To them, because they're free in this land, and they live lavishly, you know what I'm saying, and deliciously according to the scriptures. Let me just get one scripture real quick, and we're gonna move off this, and we're gonna go to the flip side of this story, if you don't mind. All right. Let me get Proverbs 21 and 13 real quick. You understand what I'm saying? Because this sums up the society of America. This is why World War III is coming. This is why, no matter what, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans will come together. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying everybody's going to survive, but we will come together. We will join together. Right. It's only two ways you're going to learn. This is the guarantee. You will learn. It's going to either be the hard way or the easy way. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But you will learn. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get Proverbs 21 and 13. Let's talk about real quick why the cops act the way they do, why society acts the way they do. Let's see what God says about it.
Proverbs 21 and 13. Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor.
You understand? And that's what they do. They stop at the cry of the poor. And when they walk into that black man's house, he just was another nigga.
Right.
That's it. You think they cared about snowfall and scripts,
right?
Acting, casting shows, right, and all that. You think they care about that? They didn't care about that. That was a nigga with a knife.
Right.
That's it. Get your black ass on the ground. This is my house. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? They don't hear the cries of the poor. And you understand this. I don't care what your credit score is, your tax bracket, what kind of car you got, or what you think you got. You know what I'm saying? Or what house you live, whatever. You are poor,
right,
in the eyes of this oppressor,
right,
and they don't hear your cries,
right.
So guess what? You know what your cries are? They don't count your vote. They don't count your protesting. You know what I'm saying? They don't count your picketing. They don't count none of that. They don't count your singing. They don't count none of that garbage. They don't hear the cries of the poor. They don't hear you begging. I can't breathe. Please, get off my neck. Oh my God, mama, help me. They don't hear none of that. The scripture said they're deaf adders. They don't hear the cries of the poor. But guess what, though? Let's keep going.
He also shall cry himself.
One day he's going to cry.
Damn right.
One day he's going to cry. That's called justice. You understand? One day he's going to cry. One day the priest and prophet's going to walk into the house and say, this is my house. And say, yeah, get on the goddamn floor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen to him. Nobody's going to, he's going to cry too. But guess what? When he cries, guess what? Keep going.
But shall not be heard.
We ain't going to hear that either.
Right.
We ain't going to hear it. It's just shrimp.
Damn right.
Off with his head. It's just a little bit of pork skins off with his head. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she was married. Off with his head. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We ain't going to hear it either. So laugh now, cry later. In order to make them cry later, you should be in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Damn right.
Let it be known. You know what I'm saying? So you want to say something?
Off with his head.
Oh man.
Both sides crack.
Nah, but that and it just goes to show you, no matter how much money, I know you've seen Chris Rock said that in the specials back in the days. Like, no matter how much money he was like, he would sit there and ask the white janitor at the show if he want to trade places with him, and the white janitor would be like, nah, I'm cool where I'm at, because no matter what, being a nigger in America, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, you are. It's a no-win situation. The only way we can win is coming back to the Lord. If you think you can blend in and be a part of our oppressor's kingdom, you're really delusional. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of our people got to wake up. I don't care your Oprah Winfrey's, your Jay-Z's, and all that. When they done with them, they finished. When they ready to say, you know what, they want to pull the plug from them, they taking everything from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're cattle. They're cattle. They're no different from
exactly.
What's his name? LeBron James and Michael Jordan or whatever. It's no difference. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely no difference. What didn't they deny Michael Jordan from playing at some golf course. Who brought that up? Somebody brought that up yesterday, I believe, at camp. They denied him from going to some golf course. Them Edomites, they didn't care that he was a 6'6" black Michael Jordan that got millions of dollars and invested in all them private prisons to lock brothers up. They didn't care. Just take your golf club over to the Sugar Shack somewhere over there and play golf over there. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want you.
Right.
What about Diddy in the Hamptons in Long Island? They was giving him all kinds of problems throwing parties out there.
Of course, they don't want to hit a nigga
P.
game.
Diddy, nah, they don't care about that. They Salaki, Lord forgive me, but for saying this, I hope we don't get flagged. But they didn't want his nigga coin. They want his nigga coin because that's exactly how they look at our money. You know what I mean? That's how they look at that shit. You know. They look at that shit like, we
gotta watch the curse bombs.
Salakia. But you know, that's how they look at our money. Like it's worthless. You know what I mean? They look at our money, even though we billionaires, you know, that's nothing to them. Because for every one black billionaire out there, you know how many of them is out there?
It's
nothing. It means nothing because no matter what, I
said not at all.
No, because no matter what, we always gonna get looked at as what we get looked at, and they know who we are. We don't know. Our people don't know who we are.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
They know who we are, and that's why they feel that way towards us because they know that we're the Lord's chosen people. And how dare you even have anything in our kingdom? You know?
Right. Absolutely.
So that's what I want to say.
No, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Let's give him a hand clap on that one. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, sir. But check this out. We're gonna go to the flip side of things now, right? So what we just witnessed was a brother that called the police because there was a burglar in his home. He subdued the burglar.
Right.
Called the police. He did everything lawfully and correctly according to the laws of the land.
Damn right.
You understand what I'm saying? Even though he had the right to put the knife in him. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do it. He had mercy on him.
He decided against it.
Yeah, he decided against that. You know what I'm saying? And
we all have a moment of weakness every now and then.
God.
He spared that brother. Listen, I don't even know if the suspect was a brother or not.
Yeah, God.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he was a brother and the brother spared him. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is a weapon.
Yeah, he could have gave him a tetanus shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He could have tightened him up.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
He gave him a little tetanus shot. You know
right.
You know what I mean? But you know, he chose not to. But in him having mercy, doing the right thing and calling the police still entered that home, looked at the black man who called the police and subdued the assailant. He still got tasered 3 times, thrown in the back of a cop car. If you've been in the back of a cop car, you know it's extremely tight back there.
It's horrible back there.
It's tight.
Oh man, who you telling?
You got to lay to the side, your legs is all crunched up, and I'm a short brother. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good situation. You know
Listen, man, the back of a cop car is horrible, so I've heard.
Man.
Allegedly. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly, yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So the brother had to go through all that just for them to accept that, okay, yeah, he does live here, and send him on his way. No apology, no investigation, no thank you card, no edible arrangements, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No sorry. You understand what I'm saying? So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the flip side of things. This was a black man that was in his own home. Now, let's see about a white woman who was not in her home. You understand? Who was not in her home. And let's see, according to the article, how she was treated. Now, we know how it is when a white woman enters a black man's home because we remember the brother that out in Dallas. What was his name? Jean, the Haitian brother. Say again?
Bokeem John or something.
It was something Jean. Something Jean.
John. Yeah.
I remember his first name.
Check.
You know what I'm saying? But it was the Haitian brother out in Dallas, I believe, or Fort Worth, where the white woman, the white police officer, told me she worked so many hours, she accidentally walked into the I think this one now. Walked into the the wrong apartment. You know what I'm saying? don't know how she did that. How does your key fit into an apartment that's not yours for one? You know what I'm saying? Either way, she went in there. The man's eating ice cream in his drawers in his own house in the living room, relaxing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember
minding his
that.
business. You know what I'm saying? And she shot and killed the brother.
Check.
You understand what I'm saying? Shot and killed him. Now, so we know how it works out when white women go into black men's homes. Now let's watch this video and then let's read the article in regards to this video we're about to play right now. How this white woman went into this black man's house, was irate, looked like she was on drugs, suffering from God knows what, maybe on fentanyl, dust, whatever drug, crystal meth more than likely, because that seems to be the oppressor's choice of drug.
They love some crystal meth. Like they love them some crystal meth.
Who knows? They do bath salts and all types of garbage. So let's look at this trailer trash and see how she was treating this black man, and let's see once again how merciful this black man is. Nobody can tell me that black people are the nasty people on earth. We are the most compassionate, loving, forgiving, caring people on the face of the earth. The only problem is we don't know how to forgive each other. That's the problem. Watch how merciful this black man is and how disgusting this piece of garbage is. Watch this, please.
Just wanting to say, I want to clear my name.
That's fine.
I know I won.
Okay, yeah. You need to get out of my house.
420.27, 420.27 club.
I'm not
And it
playing.
was a $400 house cleaning
Lady,
fee.
get out of my fucking house.
Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go.
No, you're gonna talk to me more.
I'm not gonna talk about anything. You need to get out of my house.
Are they right there? Are they
Yeah,
right
sure,
there?
whatever. Get out of my
Oh
house.
my God, it's okay. You can give them to me.
Lady,
I'm
get
not-
out of my house.
I'm not.
You're
I'm not.
oh God, dude. Get out of my
Look
fucking house.
the brothers having mercy. This woman is not
Oh,
his friend.
God.
This woman is not
Leave my
somebody to him.
stuff.
This woman entered into her home. This is a neighbor who's trying to help him.
Fuck off my shit.
This neighbor's trying to help. You understand?
This is a
Now,
fake
listen,
picture. What are you fucking talking about?
look how irate she's acting. Look how irate she's acting.
Fake picture. It's a fake picture. You know what you got?
We got it, and it's broken.
You
It's
just
broken.
fucking broke it.
all he
That's a picture in his house. He said, you know what? You can take it. You can have it. Take it.
Cut yourself.
Please don't. Please believe me. Oh my God.
You're gonna cut yourself.
I'm gonna take this knife. I'm gonna take this.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna take
Okay,
this
you can have it.
Oh my God, you broke it. Oh my God.
Go.
Oh my God.
You can have it. You can have it.
Oh wait.
It's yours.
It's fake.
No, it's not.
It's
Get
fake.
out of my house. You're gonna fucking cut yourself.
Fake. It's fake.
Okay,
I
get
know.
Shit.
I know it's fake.
Look, she tearing that East Indian dude up. He can't
Sure.
even
Let's see it right now, and you're still
can't teach this anymore. Oh.
Hey, you need to get out of my fucking house.
27 and all because I'm an
Good
addict.
night.
Look, he's crying.
I'm racial use of violence.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, he crying. You see him crying in the background? What the hell? Now, listen, unfortunately,
Yo.
we don't have
Yo,
the video
yeah.
of the cop. We don't have the video of the cop. I tried to find the video of the cop that was coming because there's a video of the cop. He's trying to subdue the lady. He's being all nice and kind. She's whooping their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, it was crazy. Go ahead, sir.
Yo, Salaki, if I may real quick, and like what you said is heavy and it's true because we have compassion for them. They don't have compassion for us because just recently, the what was that sister that got shot through the door when that dog, that red dog, broke her child's iPad.
And she went to knock on the door. Yeah,
and she knocked on the door, and that devil, that red dog, shot through the door. Now this brother, when he had, didn't she get off? Didn't she get off that dog? Didn't that red dog get off?
She initially was not charged, and then she got. I think she did get charged with something.
Oh, she did get charged.
But initially, she was not charged.
Right, because. You know, they come there. She didn't even open the door. She just shot right through. Her intentions was to kill that sister. Here, this brother showing mercy, like you said. You know, he had every right to. I wouldn't say it over the phone because we don't promote that kind of behavior. But let's just say if he took it to the extreme, I would have understood. You know what I mean?
That brother had every right to. He looked like a pretty healthy sized man. He had every right to knock her clearly out, drag her by her hair, and sit her outside in that hallway and close his door.
See that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, after watching that video, I just don't feel like the brother had the zeal that was needed to kick that dog up out of his apartment.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Ricard said that's not a neighbor. That's her husband.
Oh, that
man was her husband. I would have knocked his ass out.
Yo, I would have knocked him clean out.
Oh, the one that came over. That was he Punjabi or something?
Yeah, that's her husband. Yo, Ricaria, are you sure about that, brother? If you're still
yeah,
that's her husband. He must be terrorizing that man. That man was crying. I can't take this anymore. I can't do this. I'm like, yo, man, get your wife. I'm gonna count to 3. Yo, you understand? Go ahead, Harp. Slock it, brother. Go ahead.
I just can't understand. This nigga look like a linebacker.
Right.
He look like a linebacker. Like, listen, if there's any blacks and Hispanics out here who can't seem to kick a white bitch out, contact Precinct Officer Hardy.
Yo, Slocky.
Tutorial on how to kick a dog out your house. You 500 pounds.
You gotta do a class on that, bro.
Like you push the whole goddamn line of scrimmage back, but you can't get this dog out of your house.
Right, God.
Listen, man.
I mean, not for nothing, you know, no disrespect, but yo, a homeboy look like Grimace, man. Like, you know, he look a little too, like, you know, on the happy side, yo.
Listen, man, I'm starting a white bitch extermination business. Like, if you're having a problem with white dogs in your house, contact Precinct Officer Haryala. I'll show you how to get that.
Get the proper move.
A goddamn East Indian husband, man. This is crazy. What we're seeing is absolutely insane. And what we're seeing is a direct result of the death of black masculinity at the hands of the LGBTQ community.
Right.
Nigga, back in the 90s, no white woman gonna do that.
No, not at all.
When I was coming up, it was absolutely impossible for a white woman to impose her will on a 400-pound black man.
Yeah, that's it. No,
that was unheard of.
Yeah, the death across the street.
That was unheard of.
You understand? This is horrible. You know. Now listen, real quick, because I want to get the gist of this article. I want to read some of this article because even though I cannot pull up the footage of the police officer. I seen like a pinch of it.
They got part 2.
They got a part 2 of this?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they got part 2. You want me to throw the part 2 on?
Hell yeah, I want to see the part 2. I think the police officer came and they was all weak with it and fragile and soft and moist and everything with it. But that shows the mercy that they had on this Caucasian woman and the lack of mercy they had on a black man who abided by the law, called the police officer to get assistance for an assailant that was in his home burglarizing him, and he got tased. This woman is in another man's house acting irate. You understand? And nothing happened to her. Look at this. Look.
Let go of this. Oh my God.
Look.
Oh my God.
Let go of this. That's a weapon in her hand.
Right.
Oh my God. No.
Do you see this? Do you see this?
Yeah.
No.
To all black,
No.
to all
No.
black watching. When I say black, I mean all the tribes, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. This dog, look at her face.
Look at her face.
Look at her face. America thinks that she's better than you.
Right.
Look at her face.
Look at her face.
Look at that face.
Right.
That they think America thinks she's better than you.
She's better than you.
If you don't believe me, ask Breonna Taylor. Oops, you can't. She's dead. Ask Sandra Bland. She's dead. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is try to talk to them and find out. They think that this ghostly looking woman is better than our sisters.
Let me tell you something. If this dog knew 2 + 2, she'd be your goddamn manager.
You're right.
She'd
Yeah,
be your goddamn manager.
Right.
She would be barking at you for not clocking in on time. She'd be giving you a check. Our oppressor will put her right as your supervisor.
Right.
And she'd go home every day and smoke crystal meth.
Absolutely.
Your manager goes home and smokes crystal meth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And ask you why you late.
They will put the most disgusting dog on top of you in them goddamn offices.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But and question you why you late.
Right.
Why are you late?
Right.
Work starts at 9. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Meanwhile, they were smoking crystal meth and drinking Budweisers and Miller Lights all night
All
long.
night, right.
You know what I'm saying? Smashing cans on their forehead and all types of garbage. You understand?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is who rules over us right here. Look, I want you to get a good look at that face.
Right.
That rules over us. And that don't make you mad? They tased a black man, a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen who did the right thing by the law. They didn't cuff him like that. They tased that black man. And look at this irate piece of garbage. They're trying. They ain't cuff her yet. They're trying to cuff her. Let's keep.
No. My baby.
You weren't thinking about that when you were inside my house.
No. No.
Yo, you heard what she said? She said, my baby.
Right.
You can hear her baby crying in the background.
Yeah, right.
Let it be a black or Hispanic woman. You won't have your baby no more.
Oh, the child protective people are coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're coming. No, they're coming. On the scene at the spot right there.
Right there.
They're coming.
Let me.
Look, that's resistance, David.
No.
That's resistance.
No. I already took my baby.
Grab the ankle. Grab the ankle.
Same thing. Body at the pool party in Texas, I believe, or Atlanta. I don't see a body slam. What's going on?
I have no idea.
He got a face all by her ass. He should be body slam.
Yo, they get mad at us. They get mad at us when we say our oppressor's an animal. That bitch got a claw.
Zoom in on the foot. That's how you know these people are not human.
She said, "Yo, look, she got her. That's why they can't move
Yeah,
her.
look
She
at
got
her.
goddamn claw.
She got
in
it
the
sunk.
wood.
She got it sunk into the wood. She got it sunk into the wood like a real grizzly bear.
Right.
About to climb a tree.
Right.
It's soaked in there.
Right.
Real good.
She 90 pounds soaking wet. They can't get up that
They
door.
can't.
She got a whole goddamn claw.
No, because the claws that got a resistance of 1,000 pounds. You can't pull that. That got a resistance strength of 1,000 pounds. You can't.
I have no idea. She's probably standing. She broke this, so she's probably.
Yo, look, she's being apprehended by the medical staff.
Right. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. She whooping that grown white man's ass.
Yeah. Oh, it came out of her hand.
Face all by
It's
her
her
ass.
hand. It's her hand. It's her hand.
Look at her.
No, she lives upstairs. She swears I'm a CIA agent or something.
But
I
look
need a lawyer.
I don't.
I need a lawyer. You have no right
I talked to him a couple
down the
times.
black man.
They've been letting me
They
use
would
the
have been
Wi-Fi
beat up
today.
They would have been beat up your son.
You're not
You got an 11-year-old, 12-year-old son. You got to whoop his little ass.
I'm asking for Ray
Look.
Gonzalez. Attorney Ray Gonzalez. In Tampa, Florida. Attorney Ray Gonzalez. In Tampa, Florida. Please. I need him right now. Or you're breaking the law.
Look at this.
No.
Oh yeah, she know who to call now. She ain't crazy now.
They didn't tell her to shut up. The black man said, "I'm
Chair. I'm gonna bring it up here. You did. I got the seat right.
shut up one time."
Yeah.
That black man can't even close his
Oh,
door.
there you go. He can use that, right?
You know, I'm still. I'm sitting there waiting for them to slam on the floor like they do our young sisters.
Oh, he said it. Oh, the black man said it.
Right. So I've known him since I moved.
The black man said it.
Play. Well, go ahead. What did he say?
He said, nah, don't give her my chair. Let her sit on the floor the way y'all do our sisters.
Do you see
Give
that?
brother a hand.
You see that?
Damn right.
Took him to that black man's house, took his chair so she can sit down comfortably in the hallway.
Right.
You understand that?
Listen to what this black man said. What this black man said is the spirit of Christ. This is what you're hearing right now.
We gonna clip this.
Yeah, we clipping this.
Yeah.
I've known him
Damn right.
since I moved in.
They try to take a chair. Listen,
Not my house.
listen. She is a home invasion suspect.
Right.
She came into this man's home and insulted him.
Right.
The goddamn police come and try to take a chair out of his house to give it to her.
No, they ain't try.
Yeah, they took it.
They did it. Yeah, they took it. So she can sit down comfortably.
You want to know why that is? It's because a white woman is always more important than a black man here in America.
You damn
Ask
right.
Emmett Till.
Damn right. Right.
Ask every other goddamn brother who's dead over fake allegations from some white dog.
Right. Yeah. Why isn't Black Wall Street around no more? Because a white woman talking about a black man trying to holler at me in the elevator.
In the elevator.
You know what I'm saying? They burnt the whole town down. Meanwhile, black man, you could get assaulted and the police and emergency service people will come in your house, take your chair, so this white woman who assaulted you and broke into your home can sit comfortably on the floor. Meanwhile, they will body slam your child at a pool party.
Right.
Meanwhile, they will choke your woman and sit her in a cell somewhere in Texas. Meanwhile, they'll break into a home, wrong home, and shoot your girl while she's in the bed sleeping. But meanwhile, this crystal meth piece of trash is going to sit on your chair comfortably.
My chair?
Right.
Comfortably?
Right. And guess what? If he goes and snatch that chair from under her, he gonna be in trouble.
Right.
They're gonna charge him.
Right.
They're gonna charge him with something.
And you want to know something? Even if they didn't charge him, society would look at him as if he's wrong.
Like, why would he do that?
Like, didn't your Christian pastor teach you to have compassion on white dogs who try to enter your home and a goddamn home invasion and assault you and break your property? You're not going to give her a chair?
You understand?
This is a sickness.
Yeah.
It's a sickness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was me, they would have found her broken up. And let me tell you something, Black and Hispanic sisters, if there was a group of Black and Hispanic sisters that came and jumped that dog, they wouldn't have been wrong. They wouldn't have been wrong.
No.
But at the same time, she's over here attacking a brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
She's over here attacking a brother. Like this is a horrible thing. Let's listen to what the brother says. Because, and let me tell y'all, brothers like this in the world, you need to be in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana.
That's a fact.
You know?
That's
because
right.
you want to know something? You'll love America 24 hours a day until a crazy white bitch is busting in your house.
Right.
Now suddenly y'all do the sisters wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
now you be gay.
Yeah, right.
You might as well just come in and be you be gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead, sir.
I'll tell you a story. I know, Shalak, I told you the story a while ago, but it was with me and my rib. We was down my 14th Street in Manhattan, right? And this Edomite chick was crossing, right? And she thought it was just me in the van. So she hits the van, was like, what, she hit the shit and was talking shit to me. Oh, Salakia. She was talking mess to me, right? So I halfway get out the car. So what you doing? Hit my car. I got upset and, I told her what I told her. So she's like, what are you gonna do? Hit me. Come on, hit me. I said, I'm not going to hit you, but she would. And my rib got out the car. When I tell you, I've never seen a red dog turn so pale in my life, yo. My rib got out the car and she was like, oh, you want to pull out cameras? My rib put her phone on her face. That dog didn't do nothing. That dog did nothing. She was petrified. She was so shook. It looked like she might even went on herself, yo. But it just goes to show you when it comes to them coming at our men, they will come at us extra hard. Like you seen recently when what was it in New York when that chick, I think she got fired with the bicycles in Manhattan when that kid was trying to get one of them city bikes and she tried to take it from him. No, you remember that recently?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it was some young cats that Edomite tried to roll up with. It was by one of them by the hospital. She had a uniform on and everything. And she tried to take the bicycle from him. And he was like, nah, I ain't giving it up. And then one of the kids there was one of his boys was like, "Yo, just give it to her." And he was like, "Nah, I paid for it." You remember that incident?
Nah, la, sir.
Okay, Salakia. But anyway, it was recent. It was recently, and she ended up getting fired. But the point I'm making is, they would come after the men, especially those Karens, because they know if they come at the sisters will beat the brakes off of them, and they'll be justified in putting hands on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's the point I was getting at. Like, you know what I mean? Like they'll come at the men because they know the second they raise their hand, society's gonna demonize us as woman beaters or whatever, especially defending ourselves. But that's why you see them. They would mess with sisters, and you see the videos. You see sisters clocking the mess out of them. You know what I mean? Well, especially in Walmart. There's something about Walmart where a lot of that go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of kind. Now look, the sisters will we're gonna kind of bounce over this real quick for lack of time, but the sisters they will no, you good, sir. They will put hands on, the sisters will put hands on them, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. But this is what's wrong with the sisters. Since we're going just to sidebar a little bit in regards to the sisters. This is what's wrong with the sisters. Yes, if the sisters put hands on whoever, they put hands on their own man. Right. They put hands on whoever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if that's a white woman. This is where the sisters mess up. A sister that loves a white woman celebrates Christmas, celebrates Easter, celebrates Thanksgiving. You understand what I'm saying? Hates black men. She's quick to throw that black man away as soon as she get mad, and this, that, and other. That's what she takes on a white woman's traits. You understand what I'm saying? So it's good that they put hands on them, but they got the white spirit branded inside of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they lead with 500,000 abortions a year and so on and so on. So the black woman takes on the spirit of a white woman. Right. You know what I'm saying? They get the blonde hair, they do this and do that. I mean, how can you celebrate the same holidays as the oppressor? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Ku Klux Klan does Christmas. Right. They do the ugly t-shirt and the mistletoe and eggnog and all of that. They do cranberry sauce and celebrate the death of Indians or Native Americans rather. And it's so they take on that full-fledged spirit of the white woman. Yeah, they beat them up, but they beat their children, they beat their man, they beat everybody up. Right.
And Salaki, just a correction. Not all sisters, but the ones that you're talking about, a certain type of sisters. Those evil, wicked ones. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they do got some good sisters out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a
certain type. It's a certain type. Yeah.
According to the scriptures, they found none. But I'm a scriptorial guy, you know what I'm saying? So according to the scriptures, they found none. According to the scriptures, anybody want to know? Somebody, Ricardo, I'll pull it in the chat. Where they couldn't find no not one. That's all. Those sisters are tolerant. You know what I'm saying? They tolerate you, but about all of that, I don't know.
Yo, Shalon.
Go ahead, listen, man. Listen, man. If you want to fight against our oppressor, if you have the zeal to want to beat down a white woman, there's no need to do that. Simply support and love your husband and take care of your family.
Damn right.
Without a doubt, be doing your best efforts to fight this horrible oppression that we are in. Support your husband, especially if he's a priest and prophet in this goddamn ISUPK.
Say that again, Say that again, priest.
Said in that video, and we're gonna play that video at the end, man.
Damn right. You understand that? Now, go ahead, brother.
We're gonna move on unless you got anything else.
No, let's move on. Let's move on.
Move on.
This next story is very important because this next story is an opportunity to tie together all our other stories, right? So our first story, we saw an oppressor who happened to be a police officer come in and tase a black man for no reason.
Right.
And our second story, we seen a crazy crystal meth white dog come in and try to assault a brother in his house. In this third story here, we are taking a look at a serial killer suspect Let's read. A demon that walks among us. Black mother and 2-year-old are alleged victims in the Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect. South Carolina police probe whether he's linked to missing teen in Palmetto State.
Now, just to give you a quick little backdrop, this is the article about a serial killer who is of the oppressive race.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Who was going around killing for years.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, he just got caught sometime this month.
Right.
You understand? Recently, like a couple
Right.
of days ago, he just got caught for murders from the early 2000s, mid 2000s. I mean, this guy was an absolute maniac. He preyed on black women, black children. You understand what I'm saying? And some other races as well. But primarily, he liked to see black women suffer and so forth and so on.
Right.
This all goes back to us being such compassionate and loving people and not really getting deep down into these scriptures. And I want to say this too. We're gonna lose a couple of viewers over this one. The reason why we can have white women come to our homes and violate us like that, or we can have the police violate us like that, or we can fall and get and trust this oppressor and end up he being a damn serial killer. You know where that all stems from? The filthy, disgusting, stinking Christian church.
Damn right.
That's what the Christian church love everybody.
Right.
Everybody. A Christian can't quote one goddamn scripture out of the Bible. Now I said God use the Lord's name in vain.
Right.
That's not in the Bible.
Right.
So I don't know what your grandma told you, but that's not in the Bible. You understand? Anyway, that's a whole nother story. The Christian church is behind black people being so weak and moist and tender and comfortable. You understand? That's why neighborhoods are getting gentrified. That's why we can sit there and take abuse from Karens and what they call the white boys, Kevins or something like that. That's why we can take this abuse and deal with it. And you stop, get out my house. You're gonna cut yourself and hurt yourself instead of knocking her clear out and dragging her by.
Right.
And saying, come get your wife, man.
Right.
For real. And if he give any type of resistance, who knows what's going to happen to him?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That we could have solved that issue a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A long time ago with that. Because you know why? But he loved everybody. Stop, you're gonna hurt yourself. Stop, please. You know what I'm saying? All of that garbage, right? So these sisters that fell victim to the serial killer, I'm sure he seduced them in some kind of way to get them comfortable with him to where he turned out to be the absolute disgusting, filthy, beastly bastard that he is. You understand? Right. And he was doing it for years.
Right.
Years. You understand? For years. Let's read a little bit of an article. I want to go into that one more after this. Just one more. Let's go to this real quick because I want that white woman.
This real quick. Okay. I want our viewers to take a look at, because let me tell you something. Like, when I see an old person that looks like this, serial killer or not, you're evil.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get a look at this mug here.
Yeah, look at that face.
Like if you look like this, I don't care if you're not a serial killer in this case. You had to have been a serial killer somewhere else.
Yeah, look at him.
I'm saying like this is the face of evil.
Yeah, look his face. That's the manager at the UPS factory. You know what I'm saying? And FedEx. That's the manager. You understand what I'm saying? That's the guy at the Jets and Giants game painting his face green and blue and all of that. That's him right there in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's the guy that comes in at your job and all of that. That's the guy right there. That's him. You know what I'm saying? The one you walk past, the one sitting on the subway, the one wherever, that's that guy right there. And you see that black girl right there? Right. That's your daughter.
Right.
That's your cousin. Right. That you don't want to talk to because she took grandpa's records when he died and took him to her boyfriend's house. You can't stand the boyfriend because he ain't nothing. And da-da-da. That's your cousin right there that he murdered and killed right there. That's her. That's your cousin. That's your friend. That's your coworker you can't get along with because y'all both monsters. You know what I'm saying? That's her right there. And he killed that black woman. Now, what the heck? Where do they correlate at? Right. Where did that connection come from? Lust is somewhere involved in that mix. You understand? That beautiful sister is gone and dead. You understand? Salaki. Let's go into it some more, brother. Salaki.
No, yeah, give him a hand, man.
Damn right.
Oh, that's her.
Give him a hand. I got my sound effects up, but what the officer's bringing out is 100% right. And you want to know something? This serial killer here is he's probably not on crystal meth, and he's not a police officer.
Oh no, he's a natural beast.
But he falls right in line with the rest. You know?
Absolutely.
He's a murderer from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Like one got a badge and the other one got a goddamn Jason mask on with a knife.
Absolutely.
They the same. They're here to kill.
Absolutely.
One of them had a taser. The other one had a goddamn chainsaw. They're both there to kill. There is no difference between this serial killer and the goddamn cop that tased that black man. There is no difference between this serial killer and the goddamn crystal meth head that tried to break into that black man's house.
Right.
There's no difference.
Absolutely.
This is the face of evil, man. Rex Heuermann was arrested in connection to the New York Gilgo Beach murders on July 13th, 2023.
And what
that was 10 days ago.
What an Edomite name, Rex. Rex. Heuermann. Look at her, man. All the way Edomite. Go ahead.
Right. All the way. Now police in South Carolina are considering whether he could be tied to a 2018 disappearance of 18-year-old Aaliyah Bell.
Which is that girl right there.
Which is that pretty girl right there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
From Rock Hill, South Carolina. Bell was never found until 1997. The torso of one victim tied to the Gilgo Beach disappearances was found bearing a distinctive peach tattoo on one breast.
You understand?
So they're thinking that this sister was found 10 days ago because of the tattoo.
You understand? Right. So they're tying. See, once we get into the article, that sister was found. Her body was found on some property that this oppressor owns in South Carolina. This oppressor is from New York City.
Damn.
This is one of these oppressors from New York City. Not just he's from New York City. He's a New York City architect. So some of these buildings you walking in and some of these elevators you pressing buttons to go up on, he built it.
Right.
He constructed it. You go past some of these buildings that's being built downtown Manhattan, all of that. He's behind it. You understand what I'm saying? He's making good money. He don't have no reason to be out there killing nobody. I mean, it's not like he's angry about it. So he got money. You know what I'm saying? He's a New York City architect. That means he's making a pretty penny. But he has a lust and a fetish for blood and for murder and for being corrupt. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Average architect in New York City, on average, they make $90,000 a year.
Oh, that's probably starting.
Right. That's just starting.
Yeah,
out.
that's starting.
That's just walking into it.
Yeah,
you know.
That's just starting. Because an architect in New York City, I mean, you can make millions of dollars if you build the right thing. You know, downtown like a 34th down right. With a bus. There's this twirly thing that go. I don't know the name of it. It's like this twirly object that go around in circles and circles down by. It's almost down by like 32nd Street, close by the Jacob Javits Center. I can't remember the name of that sculpture or whatever, or that building. But I'm like, whoever designed that building had to make millions and millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying? Like they're making millions of dollars. So this dude was well off in New York City, where we live with rats, roaches, and getting our houses broken into and cars vandalized and everything else. He's making money, and he's out there killing black women. Can you dig it?
This is the dude that's honking his horn at you to go when the light turned green.
Right.
He's snubbing his nose at you in the goddamn Whole Foods.
Right.
He's gentrifying your neighborhood.
Right.
He's making every dime that he could make and living in the best areas in the city while we suffer in the worst areas in the city. He'll go and he'll be an architect and he'll design a building and he'll send his kids to colleges and he'll be the most successful person he could be by day. And at night, he'll go to goddamn South Carolina, find an 18-year-old black girl and chop her goddamn body apart.
Right.
They found her torso in New York.
Right.
He drove from South Carolina to New York with the goddamn body.
Right. This dude's a beast, man. This dude's an animal, man.
This is the man who's walking around New York City like he owns the goddamn world. The next time you see one of these pompous, disgusting oppressors, look them in the face and know that they're a goddamn serial killer.
That's right. Absolutely.
They all are.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how we should look at them first. The same way to look at us as criminals and thugs and this, that, and the other first, we should look and say, this is a serial killer.
Right.
First.
First,
I'm gonna treat you as a serial killer.
Right.
for safety
John
purposes.
Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's who you are to
Yeah.
me.
Ted Bundy, Jeffrey
Right.
Dahmer, and the list can go on. You know what I'm saying? This is who you are. You are a serial killer. And not only that, he kills children too. If we're going to read some of the article. He killed a black woman and her 2-year-old child.
Damn.
Cut them both up. You understand what I'm saying? You think your kid is safe. There's predators and hunters out here. Meanwhile, this same man that own a company, our sisters will go work, be a secretary for that company. She can't stand him and come home and take it on the black man. Meanwhile, you're working for a goddamn serial killer.
Right.
You're working for a goddamn serial killer, and I'm just going to make you goddamn.
Right. Right.
Shit.
Right. He got a goddamn leg in his trunk.
right.
and you talking down to me.
He talking all that shit to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You're working for a dead goddamn serial killer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, all you do is play PlayStation with. That nigga's killing everybody.
Right.
You don't got no problem with him. You understand? Let's get a little more into the article. We're not going to read the whole thing. Y'all can catch up on it, on your spare time. We're going to read a little bit more of this article just to show you the extent of this natural beast that we're dealing with. All right. And I got one article after that, real quick.
The three victims reportedly were sex workers, and following Bartholomew's death, Human taunted her family with phone calls in 2009 on several occasions and admitted to killing and raping her, police claim.
Now, do you believe this? So one of his victims, this is a whole separate victim, he killed her, took her cell phone. They didn't know it was him at the time, but took her cell phone and was calling the parents on the cell phone saying, yeah, I killed her and raped her. Yeah, she screamed all loud as I choked her and made her gag and this and other and all of that. And taunting the family, calling from the girl's cell phone. Is that not wicked?
Like,
yo,
damn.
Yo, that's wicked. And was terrorizing these people on the daughter's cell phone that he took from the body after he done raped her, murdered, killed her. You understand? This is an animal. This is an animal. Your supervisor is an animal. Your child's teacher is an animal. The principal, that's an animal. The social worker, caseworker, whoever, the WIC man, whatever. He is an absolute animal. Your probation officer, parole officer, this guy Rex is an animal. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yo, but our people seriously need to adjust their mentalities when you think about these people.
Absolutely.
Every step of the way, with the officers bringing out his heavy. Look at him as a serial killer. He looks at you as a drug dealer, gangbanger, and a future convict.
Right.
He's a serial killer. Look at him as such.
Absolutely.
They should all be stopped and frisked. Look, Human became the prime suspect after a male head was found in a burlap waterman's body, was wrapped in and matched the DNA lifted from a pizza crust thrown away by Human last January. He allegedly conducted thousands of searches for sex workers, sadistic, torture-related pornography, and child pornography. Let me tell you something. You'll be on the elevator with this scumbag in your office.
Right.
Y'all be on the elevator together. He'll be on his little phone. You think that he's conducting the greatest goddamn business transaction known to man.
Right.
Because he's wearing a suit and he's white, and you see him on a cell phone, automatically in your mind, you think he's closing $100 million deal.
Right.
He's an architect. No, he's watching child porn in the goddamn elevator.
Right.
Right. About to go to the office and whack off.
Yeah. Right. Right.
These are the most perverted and disgusting. Never count them for nothing but evil.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you see him looking on his cell phone, you should immediately assume that he's necromancing and looking at child porn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a fact. And look, and it's not uncommon. This is common. I'm sure he's doing all types of nasty, freaky, disgusting stuff at his job, watching that child porn and everything else. We're gonna read something about these bastards. You know what I'm saying? Let's read a little more on that if you want. If you got some more on there.
It's a little bit more on that. Yeah, he became a suspect after a Chevrolet Avalanche was seen near where Costello disappeared and tracked to human in 2022.
So they caught him on surveillance. They got his truck or whatever on surveillance around the time that the body was disappeared, over the case may be. They tracked this truck through video surveillance. That's how they caught up with this monster after the years since 1997. You know what I'm saying? Until what? Last week? 2 days ago, 3 days ago? They just caught this monster. So God knows these bodies they're talking about, these are just the bodies that talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. God knows how many bodies that he really got. You know what I'm saying? Or what really was going on with this piece of garbage. You understand what I'm saying? Let's read this last part about the 2-year-old real quick.
Peaches was given the name due to a tattoo on her breast of a peach with a bite taken out of it.
Now, this is the picture y'all saw earlier of that peach. That was a picture of a decomposing body that and had the tattoo of a peach on her breast. And it's where they found that body with that tattoo. She was so decomposed they couldn't make out who her identity was. Let's keep going.
Her torso was found in a plastic bin near Hempstead Lake State Park on June 28th, 1997. Mm-hmm. More skeletal remains and that of her 2-year-old daughter were found in 2011 near Ocean Parkway in Jones Beach State Park.
Now, this is in Long Island. He murdered this woman and then...
No, Salakia. This one in the South Bronx.
Is in the South Bronx?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yes. No. This was Bed-Stuy.
Yes.
This is in Long Island.
Oh,
Jones Beach.
God.
Like if you're from New York City, you know black people don't belong out in Jones Beach.
Right, Khan.
We sneak out there.
Yeah. Let's take it further. This wasn't Afghanistan, was it?
Right.
This wasn't the Congos of Africa where they were really chopping body parts. So this was in Long Island.
Long Island, New York.
This was in Long Island, New York. So close to home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So close to home.
Right. Hey, this is the same place they didn't want Diddy having his parties at.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, but the serial killers
God forbid a black man party.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But let's let what's his face in?
Rex,
right.
Yeah.
Let's let Rex in so he could dig graves.
Right.
For black women and children that he killed.
Right. And they found skeletal remains of a 2-year-old girl. And that baby was found out to be the so-called lady by the name of Peaches, who they can't identify. The DNA proved that was her daughter. I mean, damn. You don't kill kids. You know what I mean? Like, but he killed this child and then tossed it away like a piece of garbage and filth. And they didn't catch this man for almost 30 years. 30 years terrorizing black and Hispanic men and women all across the map, and then coming and building buildings here in New York City and getting paid off of us. Can you believe that?
Right.
What a piece of trash, man. Go ahead, brother.
Man, what we're looking at here with all the stories that we've been able to pull out today is that our people are always victims, man.
Absolutely.
You have to look at this, man. We're always victims. Here you have a brother who is a victim of black on black crime with a burglary, try to take his goddamn grandfather's watch. He's a victim. And then he calls 911 and is victimized.
Right.
You have another brother who's trying to mind his business in his house. A white woman who is his neighbor is bursting into his house in order to victimize him. Right. And then when the authorities show up, they take his property and give it to her because he is a goddamn victim.
Right.
And then lastly, we can move on to normal crime.
Right.
It's normal to kill a black woman and her kid.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Now we can move on to normal regular crime of us being victims by the madness of white serial killers.
Right. Can you believe that? This is America, y'all.
This is what America is.
This is America.
Victimizing black people is the American way.
Right. And if you don't see that you need to get closer to the Most High God, then something is wrong with you. Then you suffer from some type of mental illness. If you can't look at what's going on here and say, I need to get closer to the Most High God. I need to start being an obedient child to the Most High God and do what he says to do. You understand what I'm saying? And do what he says. Not what I want. Not God knows my heart. God knows what you do, dummy. He knows exactly what you do. And if you know that you're going against what God wants you to do, and you're just going to do it anyway because he knows your heart, then you're setting yourself up for failure. That's all. Lord, allow, we will not read an article about you.
Right.
One day. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Hopefully, we won't read an article about your dumb ass.
Right.
You understand? Give me, before getting to this, let me get one scripture, Isaiah 59 and verse 7 and 8 real quick, and then we're going to get off of that. We got one more article about some more black folks being victims. Now, I know some of y'all might be thinking, oh, y'all talking about white folks coming against us and all that. You ain't talking no black on black crime. Don't worry. We got plenty of black on black crime, and we're going to shame you too.
Isaiah
59 and 7 and 8. 59, 7 and 8. You understand? Don't worry, we shame all criminals. Anybody doing crime against so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we're going to bring it to the light, shout it out, and let it be known.
Damn right.
That's exactly what we're going to do. We're not holding no punches back there. You come against the children of God, then we're going to come against you as well. That's how that goes. Let's read the scripture real quick. Isaiah chapter 59. Let's start at verse 7 and go to verse 8.
Isaiah 59 and 7.
Uh-huh.
Their feet run to evil.
That's what they do. That's what Rex's feet did. Ran to evil. That's what that Karen did in that brother's house. Ran to evil. That's what them police did when they tased that black man. Their feet ran to evil. Go ahead.
And they make haste to shed innocent blood.
Oh, they're quick to shed innocent blood. They're quick to do it. You understand? Every example we brought out right here, they shed innocent blood. What did them black women do to Rex? To that white architect? They didn't do nothing to that man. He don't know them personally. What did a 2-year-old child do to make him throw that body and dry up into some skull and bones somewhere on the side of the road in Jones Beach somewhere? What did a 2-year-old do to him? Nothing. They love to shed innocent blood. This is them. Go ahead.
Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting. And destruction are in their path.
And that's all they do. They think about sin and how they can sin the best, sin the most, sin the worst. How can they do it? They think every day on how to hurt somebody in order for their gain. I don't give a damn. Your supervisor's thinking, how can I get more work out of you and get more hours out of you and keep you at the same goddamn pay?
Right.
So how can I do this?
Right.
How can I split this up? How can I change your shift? How can I just squeeze the juice out of your poor, hurtful, depressed life? How can I do that? They love doing that. They love putting the pressure on your neck. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep reading.
Verse 8. Verse 8. The way of peace they know not.
They don't know no goddamn peace. They don't know. You think they got America and built up America for peace? No, they got it off the back of your great grandmother, whooping her ass and breaking the buck, having sex with your grandfather. That's how they made America. They don't know you. They didn't make peace doing what Pastor Jenkins said we should do.
Right.
They didn't hold hands and say, "Going up to yonder, Jesus Christ." And no, they didn't do it singing. They didn't do it wearing ugly Christmas sweaters and kissing under the mistletoe. They didn't do that. I mean, goddamn, they celebrate Thanksgiving. Ain't that the death of a whole nation of people?
Right.
They're celebrating the death of a whole nation of people.
Right.
Did you think they got America for peace? You think these beasts know peace? They don't know no goddamn peace.
Them not know no
dummy.
Peace.
Yeah, they don't know peace. But they inject that soft, tender, disgusting garbage up in you, and it makes your heart full of jelly. And that's why you're soft and all about peace.
Right.
But that's why you're getting your ass whooped. You understand? Let's keep going.
And there is no judgment in their going.
You know, no, absolute not a piece of judgment in their going. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You think they give a damn about hurting you? You think they give a damn about destroying you, keeping their foot on your neck, squeezing the air out of your goddamn throat? They don't care about that. That's just the way of life because they don't know peace. You think a lion cares or a bear or a tiger? Hell no. That's a beast. They're made to kill. And when you realize that this oppressor is made to kill, it'll make life a lot easier for you. I'll tell you the truth.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
They have made them crooked paths.
That's it. Their path is crooked. They don't know how to do nothing straight up and forward. They don't do nothing right and fair and honest. They make crooked paths. Go ahead.
Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know no peace. And you're not going to know peace if you go into them. And what does that mean to go into them? If you choose their ways and go about their ways, you'll never know any peace in your life. I'm gonna hit you with one real quick. You can't be a Christian And when I say Christian, you can't practice Christianity because the Ku Klux Klan made up Christianity. They made up being Baptists and Methodists and Presbyterians and Catholics and all that. They made that up. And you're gonna go into their ways. You're gonna celebrate their holidays. You're gonna eat their nasty pork. You're gonna blonde your hair. You're gonna do everything that Marilyn Monroe and them do. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? Your life is always gonna be miserable. Your life is going to be miserable. You're going to be sad and hurt and always thinking how you just couldn't make it in life and you should be somewhere further in life because of your age. And you're always going to be a depressed, sorrow-filled, tear-drowning flunky for the oppressor. You understand? If you choose their ways. We choose not their ways here in the Israelite School of UPK. You understand? And we look at hard times as party time to us.
Damn
you
right.
understand what I'm saying? We can move on, brother.
Damn right. Give that a hand.
We're gonna make this article real quick. Just a little more of how this oppressor is treating us. Just a little bit more. We're going to get into it. You understand what I'm saying? Especially to you independent, strong black women out there, so-called black women, so-called Latino, Native American women. We're going to show you what you should not be doing. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to show you exactly what you should not be doing and how you'll pay the consequence for doing things that you should not be doing. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get into it real quick. Walk with us, you understand? And if you're watching the show, do us a favor, hit the like button, leave a comment, and I got a question to pose. Please answer this in the chat to the brothers and sisters that may be watching. Do you feel like there are some good oppressors out there in the world? Do you feel like there are some good ones out there? Just put your answer in the chat if you feel like there's some good ones, and if you want to share an experience of one that was good or that you claim is good, leave it in the comments. We would love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? We'd love to absolutely hear it. You understand? And anybody has any questions or comments that we might not get to on the show, you can always email us. You know what I'm saying? Let it be known 1969@gmail.com. Email us anytime. We will respond, take all questions, comments, and so forth and so on. All right. You know what I'm saying? This is an interactive show. I want y'all brothers and sisters to go in and get in that chat real quick. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to ISUK Boston. Subscribe to No Cowards Yonkers. More importantly, subscribe to Let It Be Known on YouTube. Go to Let It Be Known Podcast, ISUBK, and make sure you hit the link and subscribe to this channel. Let's push this truth because brothers and sisters out here dying, and we are letting it be known. Go ahead, brother. You want to say something?
Damn right. Damn right. All right. So this next story, the title is Charges Dismissed Against White Woman Who Spat on Black Woman During Protests in Connecticut. In Connecticut? Where's Officer Karai? Hold up.
Yo, Officer Karai, where you at?
Yo, Officer,
I think he dipped off.
Oh, you gotta get on here. We can't be having this. We can't be having this.
He dipped off. He said Connecticut. Just joking, sir. No sweat.
Oh man. So let's get into this, man. First of all, let's get a look at this picture. This is yo, let me tell you something. This picture is the American flag. Like you could take away the stars and the stripes and just put this picture up, and it just captures the spirit of America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A white woman spitting on this sister. Like, goddamn, the sister has on a COVID mask.
Right. Right.
And you come and just spit right on her.
Because you just disagree with what she's saying.
Right.
She obviously is ignoring this woman.
Right.
She's on the bullhorn saying whatever she's saying. She doesn't like what's being said. So she takes it upon herself to hog a loogie and spit in the face of this black woman. You understand that? I mean, god damn.
Man, listen here, man.
You understand? God damn. And guess what? And you know what the sister did? Nothing.
Nothing.
You know what she did? Just like we read about the other brothers had mercy on this oppressor. Mercy.
Ain't that crazy? Like here you got a sister with a goddamn bullhorn, a mask on, and a hoodie. And this oppressor is spitting on her. Only reason why she would forgive that is because of the Christian church. Like, you leave it up to the Christian church, man, and we'll all be spit on. Like spitting in our face would be an everyday occurrence in the street by our oppressor. This is a disgusting thing, man. Let's read a little bit of this before we get up out of here.
Yeah, let's read some of this real quick. We're gonna get into this. We're definitely gonna get into this.
A judge Friday dismissed hate crime and other charges against a white woman who spat on a black woman during competing protests at the Connecticut State Capitol, then was allowed to resolve the case through probation. The victim called the outcome being spat on once again.
Right.
And that sister's right.
Absolutely.
First you were spit on, and then ultimately you're pissed on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By the system.
Right. Absolutely.
By the system. And you want to know why they didn't call it a hate crime? Because it's not against the law in America for white women to spit in the faces of black women.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's not illegal.
No.
It's not.
No,
you know,
it's not at all. Now, in some cases, like I said, we was talking earlier. I thought that was assault.
Right.
I thought that was assault.
I thought it was assault.
Yeah,
right.
to spit in somebody's face. That's an assault charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously not. She did it in public. You see the phlegm spit on camera. Whoever the cameraman was very good at that. Caught that spit in midair as it landed on that black woman's face.
Right.
You understand? Let's read some more of this real quick. This is crazy.
So listen, the justice system has failed me, Karen Prescott told the court. That was the sister. Eulila Gilsh. Oh, nah, I gotta find out what this is right here, because this might not even be an oppressor. Let me see what this.
Oh no, she's definitely an oppressor.
That's an oppressor.
She might be one of them cold oppressors.
I want to know what kind of name this is.
She might be one of them old cold ones. Some Albanians or Croatian.
Right. Yeah.
Off-brand Russian one. You know what I'm saying? One of them. So yeah,
take a look at this real quick.
Oh, is that her address? You know what I'm saying? Probably some off-brand.
Yeah, I guess she is an oppressor.
Yeah,
just with a funny name.
Just a white woman who spat.
Yeah,
she's an oppressor.
So they gave her special probation for first-time offenders.
Right.
Like, she's not a first-time offender.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, she's done that.
She has a criminal history of spitting in the faces of black people. You know, that's not a first-time offender.
Not at all.
It is a national pastime.
Not at all. Absolutely.
It's a national pastime here in America, what she did. What a horrible thing we're reading, man.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
She faced charges including deprivation of rights, which is a hate crime, in 2021 encounter. Then she was granted a special probation program that lets first-time offenders avoid a criminal record if they complete certain requirements. Hers included 100 hours of anti-hate instruction.
Right.
Send her to Harlem.
Yeah.
Send her up here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let the ISUPK administer the 100 hours of anti-hate instruction. We can teach her right here in the school.
Yeah, we could teach her.
Well, she can't come into school.
No, we teach her at camp.
Right.
Yeah, come to
Tell
camp.
me on 125th Street and Lenox Avenue.
Yeah, come over there.
Saturday at 12.
We'll be right there waiting for you.
We're going to give her 100 hours of anti-hate instruction.
Yeah. Yeah, bring your husband too.
Right.
And bring everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we definitely got something for her. Now, she's spit in this sister's face. You understand? Spit in this sister's face. But this is the flip side of what we want to say in regards to this article, right? So we read about all the mercy we're having on each other. You understand what I'm saying? All the mercy that we're having with these police and this oppressor, how they just taking advantage of our kindness, taking our kindness for absolute weakness. You understand? This sister was at a rally or a march on January 6th. It was a 2021, whenever them Edomites crashed the Capitol building. But she was in Hartford, Connecticut, which it has no collation, but she was out marching for a Black Lives Matter movement. Let me tell you something. First of all, black folks, you don't need to be marching and protesting. That don't work. Okay, Martin Luther King did that and got hit upside the head with rocks and everything and all of that. Guess what? It ain't work.
It ain't work.
You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X did the finger and all of that, had the brothers marching on down the street. It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? You got the Purple Pigs. They marched up down the street. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, that garbage don't work. What works is separating from this society spiritually and mentally to separate from this filthy, disgusting society. That sister, either she don't got a man or she got a weak man, because somebody should have told her, you go sit your ass down. You not going out to march for nothing. You ain't going out marching on no bullhorn, screaming and yelling. You know why? Because you're going to get spit on. You know why? You're going to run into wrecks. You understand? You're going to stay home and you're going to do what a woman should be doing. That's what you're going to do. And women don't know the power that they have in being soft and tender and delicate women. They don't know how much power they have. But for some reason, we want to show how tough she is and how she's down for the cause and this, that, and the other. You down for the cause? Sit your ass down and stop bothering me. Stop stressing me then, because I'm actually outside for the cause. You understand? You getting spit on and kidnapped by Rex. I'm sure Rex ain't killed no man. You know what I'm saying? You out there getting, that's happening to you. You understand? And she had no business being out there. Now, I'm not condoning that she getting spit on her face. But there's no reason for a black woman or a black man for that matter, but specifically a black woman to be outside marching up and down the street to my Black Lives Matter. You should be focused on your household and your man. Your man's life matter.
Right.
That's who matter to you. Your man's life matter. That's what matters. And all of that, I don't care. I don't want to hear that because I'm independent, strong. You're going to be independent and lonely.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. You're not going to have no man that's going to love you enough to stick with that masculine spirit you got. That's a masculine spirit for a woman that thinks she's going to stand out on the front line and this, that, and other. You know, so you're watching too many Foxy Brown movies or something.
Right.
You're thinking you're going to fight crime and all of that with your afro and all of that. That's movies. That's fake. You understand? You better write some poetry or something and sit down and let men handle what's on the front line. You understand?
Right.
Or you're going to get spat on, or Rex is going to find your dumb ass.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. You want to read some more? You want to read some more in this article? Rex. Rex.
Yeah. Rex is out there hunting for you.
Rex in effect is out there. You know what I'm saying? You want to read some more in the article?
So just one last part here.
Let's get that real
Prescott
quick.
on Friday said she was disgusted by the outcome. She called the program one of the worst things that could happen to a victim of a hate crime.
Right.
Yo, we right back in the same exact predicament. It's the same exact predicament. It is black people who vote for lighter sentences, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like after we want more police, then we don't want no police.
Right.
After we want longer sentences and a lot minutes, now we want shorter sentences, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we voted and we marched and we screamed and we got shorter sentences. Now the white woman could get probation.
Right. After she spit in your face.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. I have a dream.
Exactly.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
I had a dream that I got spit in my goddamn face.
That the black girls and black women and black girls and white girls and white women can join hands together. Yeah,
Right.
after they spit in your goddamn face. You know what I'm saying? No, I'll pass on that.
Like you want to hold hands with them, but you're gonna need a loose hand to wipe the goddamn spit
on
out your face.
Wipe the loogie off out of your eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? And this was during COVID. And that's a real assault crime, ain't it? You don't know what she got in that spit. That could be contaminated. You know what I'm saying? She spit in her face during the woman had a mask on.
Right.
So obviously the COVID thing was still popping.
Right.
And the woman didn't have a mask on and spit a loogie in her face.
Right.
And she got to go and watch orientation video, and she can go home and she's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's good to go. This is America, y'all.
But before we get out of here, we're gonna read this last sentence because this last sentence is the most important sentence of this entire article. And we're gonna tell Kareem Prescott, man, his sister, you need to come into the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge and find yourself a husband.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Get up under a strong black man in this truth. Because when you do, you won't be asking questions. You won't be making statements like this.
Right.
The justice system is failing black and brown people.
You don't say.
Like that. That's her assessment of this entire thing.
It only took 400 goddamn years for her to realize that.
In a glob of spit. It took 400 years in a glob of spit for you to come to the realization that the justice system is failing black and brown people. Listen here, sis. The justice system is not failing black and brown people. The justice system is simply benefiting white people.
Right.
You know?
Right.
The justice system is not failing. The justice system is working at optimal conditions.
Right.
The justice system, the criminal justice system, in conjunction with the prison industrial complex, is raking in record-breaking profits. There's nothing wrong with the system. It's not failing at all.
Right.
The system is firing on all cylinders, sister.
Absolutely. How can a system fail you when it's not for you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not failing you, dummy. You thought that it was for you.
Right.
But it's not for you. So it's not failing you at all. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Exactly what it's supposed to do.
It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's just that you are not doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's very simple. Very simple, y'all. Hard. The rest is on you, brother. What you want to do?
Listen, man, we're going to get up out of here. Y'all know how we do. Once again, we're going to end the show. Let it be known, episode 72, and we're going to keep the number counting from there. You know how we do. Get down ahead, man. Man, thank y'all for supporting this truth. Of course, we got the man of the hour, the prince of the power, Precinct Officer Shalaya Allah in the building. Give him a hand, man.
Hey, shalom, as you already know what time it is. And I'm with my man, my made man, the mountain of the Most High, Officer Harya Allah. Give that brother a good, strong hand.
Big shout out to Officer Karaya Allah. He left for a minute, but now we're going to get back with him on this Connecticut thing, man. We might have to go out there
and see what the hell's going on.
See what's going on, man. It's too many loogies flying out there. You know what I'm saying?
Bring your mask, y'all. Bring your mask.
Word.
You can, y'all.
Have to go talk to Miss Prescott, man. Bring her a head wrap.
You're gonna have to help her out.
Get her mind right.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to all the priests and prophets in ISUPK.
That's right.
Tune in for Bar Breakdown in the green room. My man Kashak War in the building. Yeah. Give him a hand, New Jersey, man. They got one of the fly shows in the in the truth, man.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna leave y'all with the camp speaking of the week. Once again, it is Precinct Officer Hazahab out of Brooklyn, New York.
Damn right. Big up to Brooklyn.
Big up to Brooklyn, man. Give them a hand.
That's right.
And we up out of here.
All right, y'all. Shalom.
And plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. The hand was turned from white back to his other flesh. Meaning what? Moses was a black man. He was not white. He was not leprous as snow. Moses was a black man in Exodus. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Read. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Who were the people that served slavery in Egypt? Egypt is a Greek word to mean bondage or slavery. In the Hebrew, matazarium. Matazar meaning bondage. Tazar meaning straight. Ma meaning of a straight. Meaning we was put into straits. Meaning we was put into slavery. We was put into chains. We was put into bondage. Because over here, we know Hebrew. We know the Bible in English and Hebrew. Right? We're real scholars over here. We will crush any Christian church. Call your church over here, please. We will demolish any church a Christian pastor wouldn't dare come to us. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean? Christian church come over here, you're going to see his church shut down in a week. Right? Moses was a black man. Read. By the way, wherever I spake unto thee, what? The Lord spoke to us from the Middle East. And to this day, we don't even know what way we came from. We don't even know who we are anymore. We call ourselves Africans. Read. Thou shalt see it no more again. We can't see it again. Thou shalt see it no more again. We shall see it no more again. We can't see our way home. We don't know our way home. We don't even know where we came from. They say we come from Africa. Which country? What is the way back home? What language do we speak? You don't know. We have no idea. Keep reading. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. God said there's a time we're going to go to what? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. What? With ships. We came into bondage with ships. That's how we got here as black folk. That's how we got here as West Indian folk. That's how we got here as Haitians and Jamaicans and Trinidadians. We got here on slave ships. And we're reading the Bible. We're reading the Bible. The Bible said that God is going to put a people into Egypt, slavery again, with ships. Now, from the Middle East, from Jerusalem, you don't need a ship to get to Egypt. From the Middle East, from Jerusalem, you can walk to Egypt. But why are we being brought to Egypt again with ships? Because on your dollar bill, there's a pyramid. On your dollar bill, there's the Egyptian god of Horus. On Capitol Hill, there's an Egyptian obelisk. Down on Capitol Hill, they got pharaohs sitting down in a chair. You call him today Abraham Lincoln. In Pharaoh, you saw a person sitting down in a chair. You call him Pharaoh. The presidents of today, the presidents reign for 4 years today. Presidents in Egypt, the pharaohs in Egypt, they reigned for 4 years also. This country was not built by Christians in 1776. I know we just did July 4th a couple weeks ago. This country was founded on Freemasons. Freemasons designed Washington, D.C. They were not Christians. They did not believe what the Christians believed. You see what I'm saying? This country was built by Freemasons. And the religion of Freemasons is the same religion that they had in Egypt. The same thing. The square and the compass is all to remanufacture Egypt. And the same thing, just like in Egypt, they wanted America to have the same slaves that they had in Egypt. What does that mean? That means Latinos also is our cousins, our long-lost cousins, divided in history. When we were in the Assyrian Empire, we went through a lot of empires, man, disobeying God, thinking that God ain't real, not wanting to listen to a God. We were in slavery upon slaveries because we did not want to listen to God, because we wanted to continue smoking weed, because we wanted to continue disrespecting our brother. As Christ said, all these laws in the Bible hinge on loving the Most High with all your heart and loving your black brother, loving your Latino